do this.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dr. Bones Locker podcast. I'm Jacob.
I'm Alden.
I'm Kai.
I'm Ben, and with us today is special guest
Miles.
All right, so on this podcast, we take 5 minutes a day to talk about the daily comic strip by Jason Ball 34 titled A Pirate's Life. Today we got a 3-paneler with recurring characters, the Captain and Mr. Pine, same as yesterday. This is the comic for March 18th, by the way, 2021. And Mr. Pine, in the first panel, says, "Catch anything in the fishing net today?" To which the Captain responds, "Just a stupid magnet." Mr. Pine then delivers the punchline, which is, so the trip yielded a net positive.
Hey, can we get a Peter explains the joke from Miles, please?
Yeah, so in his net, he catches a magnet, and magnets have a positive end. So I guess colloquially, one could say that in the net there is a positive. And so when he brought back the net from his trip, he has a net with a positive in it.
Thanks for that, Miles. Can we go now to our fishing expert to talk about the realism of this strip?
Yeah, so there's a couple breaks of realism in this strip. If he was catching fish with this net, just the net only, it'd be difficult to catch a magnet unless it was very shallow water, like a stream, which is possible. However, normally fishing nets are used to get the fish when they're on the line and like in the water, so he would have had to catch the magnet with his fishing pole first, which I suppose is possible as we don't see the fishing pole, but he could have one.
What do you think are the actual odds of finding a magnet underwater?
I think they're not high, but definitely not impossible. I think catching it would be the problem, though. Alden, could you
Yeah, they're
confirm?
pretty fast.
Do you know what fish hooks are made of? Are they made of magnetic material?
Most fish hooks nowadays are made of steel. I imagine fish hooks back then would have been made probably out of like iron or copper.
Could
Assuming
also
this
be,
is not a modern day strip, as pirates in this form don't exist in this historical context.
Could also be bone fishing hooks, I think. Probably
Could
would have
be, could
been
be.
widely available, especially on a ship where you might have to make your own fish hooks.
Which
Hmm.
would be less magnetic. I want to take a moment to discuss the physics and of this strip, and especially as they pertain to the punchline, as horseshoe magnets such as this one, if I'm not mistaken, do typically have both a positive and negative side, which I believe has to be like balanced, doesn't it?
All magnets need
Yeah,
to be
there are-
positive and
All
negative.
magnets
Yeah,
must be
there are no
balanced. They
magnetic
can't
monopoles.
exist in like a non-equilibrium. Therefore, the punchline of trip yielded a net positive, while a acceptable pun, is just physically not how it works. It was not a net
So-
positive. It was a positive and a negative. So
I
clearly, Mr.
wanna-
Pine is only telling half
so
the story.
I had that same objection. I thought that I was going to rate this pretty low until Peter explained the joke to me, because in the net there was a positive.
It was also a negative, though,
It's
wasn't
it's
there?
very tech. Right.
See,
But,
Alden,
like,
I
we're
think you
not-
should
the
consider.
word net doesn't refer to the physical net. It
Well, I think
refers
that the
to
joke would work a little bit better if it referred to both.
I don't think you're considering the lore implications. Maybe he's purposefully ignoring the negative.
Oh,
think
Mr.
about this.
Pine
What
could be a
this
bit of an
says.
optimist.
Yeah, think
Glass
about,
half full kind of
Mhm.
guy.
we should think about what this says about his character.
That's actually a good point. This is a
Hmm.
very good characterizing moment for Mr. Pine.
Mhm.
All right, I think we
I
should
agree.
start to wrap things up. Let's go around the room. How would you guys rate this strip?
I'll start. I was on the side of like a lower rating until we talked about the lore implications, and I think that I'm probably up to about a 5 on this, considering the character development.
I would give this one a 6 personally. I think that it's an acceptable joke. I like the delivery. But yeah, like the physics of it aren't quite right.
All right, the last 3 of you in 16 seconds.
All right. I'd give this like a 3 because I like the way his shoulders sag in the middle.
I'm gonna give it a
He's sad.
4. I'm gonna give it a 4. Not joke of the week. Sorry.
That's what we refer to as pirate posture, Kai.
Agreed.